So we're here with Jess and Scott, who made a nice little Twitter love story today. What happened today? Tell us a little bit about what y'all went and did.
Well, we got married. Yeah.
Yeah, we were. Last night we got word that we were originally going to get married in D.C. in a couple of weeks, but we got word that our officiant wasn't able to do it. So we started brainstorming, researching, said, oh, can we do it here in Connecticut? And turns out it's quite easy, so we went down this morning. We went and actually had the mayor of one of the local towns marry us, so it was quite awesome.
Yeah, he was a Connecticut Sun fan, so it was even sweeter.
So when you said we're Mystics fans, what was the initial reaction when
We didn't have to say anything. We just took off our jackets, and he saw the jerseys, and he's like, seriously?
So this was their wedding attire, you guys. They were like Mystics.
Yeah, that's right. This is exactly what we were wearing.
Yep, that's right.
The most important day in you guys' lives, and it's about the Mystics, and that's dope. But I'm under the impression the Mystics brought you guys together. So talk about your season ticket member past and how it brought you guys together as a couple.
Well, so Scott and I met through work, but he was already a season ticket holder for the Mystics, and I was more of like a college basketball fan, but he had to go
Wait, what school?
Tennessee. Go all the way.
Lady balls.
Born and raised. I bleed orange. Anyway, so he had to leave for work travel during one of the games. I can't even remember who we were playing, but he gave me his tickets, and so I went, and I've gone to every game I've been in town for ever since then. That was 3 years ago. So, yeah, we've both been pretty big fans, and I think we've fallen in love and gotten to know each other and really grown together over, the Mystics and the WNBA. So it's
What's made you guys fall in love with the Mystics so much over the past years?
Well, when I moved to D.C., they were definitely one of the teams on my radar, and I initially went to just the first couple games. I sat behind the bench a couple times. It was interesting, seeing the relationship between the players and the team. This was actually a few years ago, before they brought in Deladon, before they had Tolliver, and they were not very good that year. I think they finished last, if I remember. It might not have been best in the league, but they certainly didn't make the playoffs, and it wasn't very close. But I still really enjoyed the games. It was fun. I was probably wanting to get season tickets, but I didn't know. I've always been a huge sports fan. And then I moved and went to the games, and I really liked it. And then I got season tickets, liked it even more, and I've just continued going. And it's great this year as they've moved to the new arena. They've got really, I think, a new home court advantage. It's great.
Who are you most excited to see play all year? Who's your favorite player on the Mystics?
I'm wearing Deladon's jersey, but it's funny. We have like a ton of jerseys, and we just rotate through them. But that's a tough question. I think Christy Tolliver is certainly one of my favorite players. I think if I were good enough to be a player, I would like to play like her. The way she shoots, her emotions, her energy, her drive. I just think she's phenomenal, but that's a tough question. Ask me again tomorrow, and I'll talk about how much I love Cloud, or of course Deladon, or Powers, or Sanders. I mean, they're just
Shatori.
She was hers was one of the first jerseys I got, autographed. I love that jersey. Anyway, I love them all. I just love them all. They're fantastic.
I think part of what I love about this team is they work really well together, and I think all the players really come together to make each of them greater, and that ends up kind of making you love each of them even more. So, I mean, Elena Deladon's one of the greatest, if not the greatest player in the world, so I definitely love her. But, Christy Tolliver is great and hardworking, and just the energy and the drive that Tosh Cloud brings, and aerial powers. And, you've got everybody on the team, I think, really. I don't really feel like there's anyone that I don't like, and it's really nice. We have so many jerseys, like we have so many that we could wear. These are just the ones. Yeah.
You guys are on the analyst seat now. Game 4 is about to happen in a couple hours. Predictions?
Yeah, there's going to be some basketball.
So I think the Mystics will get it done tonight. I think it will be a lot more competitive than Game 3 was. minus the one run and late in the first half, though. The Mystics were really in control the last one. I don't think it'll be quite as dominant. I think it'll come closer to the end. But I think we really saw in the last game the depth of the team being a factor, and I think that's the greatest strength really they developed through this season is the depth. They have a lot from the bench, and I think we'll get more energy from aerial powers, and we'll get just more from the bench. In general, we'll see that a lot again, and I think they're deeper than Connecticut, and that's why I think they'll get it done tonight.
We have a lot of players that are threats from around the perimeter. You know, we can really spread the D. So, I mean, I hope the shots continue to fall like they did last game. I'd like to see them penetrate a little bit more, draw some more fouls. I think that'll make a big difference too, because I mean, we're unstoppable. You know, we're shooting foul shots. We're not going to miss those. So, yeah.
What happens when you have two technically 50, 40, 90 players?
That's
just saying.
That's right, too. Meeseman and Deladon. Yeah, I think it's going to be a real fight. It's going to be a real slugfest.
I will say, putting the analyst hat on, though, I don't think that the pick and shoot the three is going to work as easily it did the other night. They were just tearing them apart on that. I think Connecticut will make an adjustment on that, and they'll have to find a different way to get those open threes, but I think that this team is good at doing that. They'll find a way. They know how to knock down the threes.
Well, happy marriage.